There's
The stream is on.
Oh yeah.
Twitch.
Oh, I don't see. So weird. I don't. I wonder if our audio is on.
Chat room, can you hear us? Chat room, can you hear us?
Well, that's nice. We were not told that. Okay.
Apparently you can hear us, and so we were not told that the stream was back on, so we'll just go for it. How about that? Does that sound good, everyone?
Hopefully I didn't say anything incredibly incriminating.
I think you did. I don't think
with the hot mic. People that I'm plotting against, people that I have grudges against, etc.
Only the good stuff, you know. So let's turn to this game now. So it looks like Joey went first. He played Gaddy. And it's up 20-0 right now. The top players in the country in TWL. Jonathan's an upcoming player. He's been having some good tournaments recently. I think he did well in NOLA last year, actually, at this very same tournament. So he decided to not that many points. He only had 1 point tile, so there's not a ton you can do with that sort of rack anyways, but decided to make his play and move on.
I think I need to refresh my stream, so I'll just quickly reload. I'm a little behind.
I apologize, everyone. The stream has been, we know it hasn't been 100% yet. We're working on it. We'll get there. But for now, we appreciate your patience. I'm going to Joey's rack right now. He has 3 U's. And so situations, you first want to sort of look at if there are any sort of clear plays. If there aren't, just exchange and move on fairly quick. Exactly what Joey did. He just kept AN. Probably the 2 most synergistic tiles of the 7 on his rack from before. Any thoughts so far, Will, on this game, or?
Well, I'm just trying to get my own setup. I might have considered just playing Fugu there.
Yeah, I was considering it too. Fugu looks reasonable there. Actually, is it Fugu or Fugue? I'm never sure about that one.
I don't know. I'm just sounding it out pretty much, but exchanging is fine. I mean, you can't really call that a mistake. So did Jonathan go ahead and play a bingo here, or I thought I saw him? I'm not sure if my stream is lagging, or maybe he picked it up and is thinking about it, or did he just slap it down?
He slapped it down. Yeah.
Okay.
So
clearly correct.
Jonathan now now narrows the lead significantly, right? Or actually, it looks like we have a mistake from the Quackle. The Quackle on the score, it looks like you forgot the exchange right now. If you could update that, then it'll show Jonathan is indeed in the lead. Yeah, so Joey actually picked up a natural 7 of cats in it. Oh, wait, no, that is an L. I apologize. He now has kind of the situation which Jonathan just had right before of all 1 point tiles. And so in this sort of situation, you're first going to spend a bit of time looking for bingos and just looking for those clear 50+ point plays. Nothing there, then you try to sort of think about, well, how can I either his next turn or future turns or put myself in a position to bingo the turn after. So probably considering a few things. He probably wants to keep that Leighton leave. Those are the first 5 letters on his rack right now. From there, he might want to just get rid of the A and the E.
Yeah, maybe something parallel atop litterer. There's definitely, I'm not sure how badly he wants to break up his nice bingo leave. He can play shorter with something like Ain or Ale. Or sorry, no, not
It
Ale.
looks like
8.
he went with actually breaking up the bingo leave and went with talent off the T in litterer. Score point play.
Yeah, that's okay. That seems fine. I might have gone for bingos, but that's probably very mathematically close and stylistic.
Yeah, Joey tends to be a somewhat like aggressive player. I've noticed he likes when there's points available. If it's 10 more points, he's often. Jonathan pretty quickly slaps down wow, making we in 2 places and or directly above the ERE in litterer. Seems like a perfectly reasonable play there. Keeps lens as a leave. Good amount of points. Shuts down the double lane. So a reasonable play and makes sense that he played it pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, it's by far the best option for him there.
Yeah, Joey's now sitting on austere. Are multiple places for it, as well as potentially some 8s. I haven't done a ton of looking yet.
Looks like we have chat calling out treasure. Yes, treasure is in TWL, of course.
Well, treasure was blocked, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they are.
Jonathan played WoW. So
Wow,
I guess
my stream is just now showing Jonathan playing WoW, so I'm gonna try to refresh again.
you might need to refresh that. Joey just played austere off of Lido. Interesting choice. That one's going to be a bit more defensive than the litterer, litterer to make litterers and austere. So it looks like Joey there. If I'd probably opt towards that option as well. So while Will's sort of trying to make sure his stream is up to speed, Jonathan holding some letters that have some synergy together. I don't know. I'm seeing he could play parallelly to the WoW litterer spot. Looks really tempting right now, right? He has the F and the C, so both can kind of go above or, and right, so he could do maybe Fawn, FON seems like a reasonable play there. There's definitely sort of things he can think about over there right now. Hooks to litterer as well. I don't know them off the top of my head. If litterer is good, that might be worth looking
sound
at.
good. Challenge.
Litterer actually doesn't take any front hooks. I wouldn't have been sure of that right away. Okay, so hopefully he's not looking over there, but shuffling around is tight. I'd probably go with something like Fawn in this situation. Wow, from the chat, for long faces through the G and the A, even though it's phony, that would be very, very fun. But we'll sort of see what sort of happens. And situation, you're usually trying to score a bit, keep good enough leave to set yourself up in the future. And yeah, Jonathan goes with Fawn just as predicted to some extent. So now Jonathan reclaims the lead after that one, but Joey's now sitting on some very good bingo letters. Great post bingo draw.
Surely he'll have many places to bingo here, I think. Not 100% sure, but
He has places to bingo. I don't think there's anything that hits the triple. There's going to be a fair amount of options here, and so Joey looks like he's sort of thinking about things right now. Ring looks like it might be here. Off the G and Gaddy. You know, you always want to sort of consider your options, and 10 plus bingos to choose from. That's especially a good time. It looks like Joey's indeed going with Spearing, which looks like the high point play. And it also starts to muddy up certain bingo lanes on the board, right? Playing parallelly to other plays that give bingo lanes makes it harder to fit bingos on both off of either play. So see, right, as a game sort of goes on, you can somewhat anticipate how the board's going to be shaped. If I had to guess, if there's one play that goes horizontally through either Spearing or Talent, that will sort of make any bingo plays around there really tough. Something to monitor, and in games against a good player, I'm definitely, if I'm thinking sharply, I'm definitely trying to remember, okay, this board could boards really closedness after certain kinds of plays here. So yeah, it's definitely something you want to keep track of. And the chat's also pointing out that Joey drew into Pascal. And so
hey, just gonna chime in and see if I think I'm back up to date. Was the last play Zeal here? Just wondering if anybody can hear Will right now. Who did? Okay, so what should I do? All right, I'm just going to assume that people can hear me. It looks like they can. Can you guys hear Morris? Okay, I just heard a promising beep that might indicate Morris
think
is
I'm
back
back.
on the call.
I
There
think
we
I'm
go.
back on.
So it was-
I didn't realize I got cut out. That room.
All right, we're back. I'm seeing the game board live, and we are ready to bring you the absolute best commentary possible, starting now.
And so the U Stacy rack is still. Sure, I'm not lagging either.
Yes, so that's not going to bingo.
Yep.
Through no fault of Jonathan's own, he's just getting hammered by some big plays for Joey in sequence, but he has plenty of game left.
Yeah. So what are you thinking here? Yup seems pretty reasonable off the P and equips.
I would hate to, at this score, block that S, you know?
Okay, so I guess yup on the upper left corner as well could be an option. The chat also points out.
Not yup, but yeah, Yuka, as they're saying. Yuka and Yao in that upper corner just to open the board at a deficit. It is a little bit reckless, but you're losing. You have to be a little crazy to get back in the game. Yeah, there he's got it set up. Looks like it'll come down. I approve that play, I think.
Yeah. Joey. Oh, in the upper right corner. Got it. I was saying.
Oh, sorry. No, I misspoke. If I said left, I meant right. Joey with the blank and a bunch of A's.
Yeah, so definitely an interesting turn for Joey.
He's not up by that much.
No, actually. He's not. Normally Yuka, I actually don't like making that kind of play against Joey because he always seems to capitalize on those sorts of positions. But Jonathan caught him at an opportune time for sure.
Well, are you saying that Joey is innately lucky, or that he keeps well?
I think he keeps well. I think he keeps well.
Well, that's at odds with his play of talent earlier in the game, where he could have kept much better.
That is fair.
That
is fair.
Well, with a blank in hand, he decides to not address any of the volatile openings on the board, which seems reasonable because you're a favorite to exploit them with such a nice leave. But we know at a minimum that Jonathan's going to score a bunch of points with saying like shake up in the top. I don't know if there's anything better right now, but shake or shaken is going to score.
Yeah, I was going to say shaken.
Well into the 50s.
It's a lot of points. Looks like he's moving his rack around though, so we'll sort of see if he's trying to find anything else. He could was like the spot, but that Fora spot now, I guess no, Fora doesn't take an S, so the M can't really do anything about that right now.
Both M's unseen. Yeah, Shaco looks like a better option than Shaken, as Shaco is in TWL, so I think unless there's a play that doesn't burn the S in that spot, which I don't think there's anything that scores remotely as well as those plays. And honestly, if you look at this board, the S is not useless, but it's not quite as good as usual. You have one to play to and equips, and then the only other S hooks on the board are with S in early position, like litterers. So he shouldn't feel like he has to hold that, especially with 50 points available. And really, he doesn't know that Joey is sitting on kind of a obvious bingo. And from his perspective, if he just plays Shaco and then draws a bingo to the S, he can take command of the game. Um, so yeah, we'll see what he does. It looks like he's got the letters for shaken lined up, which would be okay, but as he pointed out, Shaco a little bit better just to keep that E.
Yeah. And yeah, now it looks like he has them in order as well. So I guess for Joey, so he has abalone. I guess you're saying pluralize it. That's off row 15.
And we haven't really been paying attention to this. I mean, it was my intent to do kind of a fun Twitch chat game. We might delay it until maybe the last day when we get all the technicals on point. But this would be an example of a NOLA word. So
Yeah,
if we were doing our contest, it looks like Lewis would win because he suggested abalones first, so he would get the 2 points. Maybe we'll give it to him. And I should post the link to that just in case we do end up doing it. I wanted to do a fun chat game where the winners could get interesting prizes like changing my Aerolith name for a month to whatever you want. We'll think about that as we go ahead. Anyway, Jonathan has drawn the other blank, but he's now facing a much bigger deficit.
Yeah, and so we'll sort of see how he sort of tries to approach this. This is kind of a key point in the game for Jonathan because he's now down by around 90 points. And he now picked up the key tile to kind of get him back. Outdrove looks like it's playable if he finds that to narrow the gap significantly. He needs to sort of think about what he's trying to do next.
He really needs to find that. Oh, he's got it. Yeah, look at that. He's pretty much got it lined up. So down it will come. Good job by Jonathan. He really needed to find that simply because his other options apart from that were really significantly lower scoring. So getting the 70 plus points, 72 points available now, he's actually kind of caught Joey in a tough spot here. So a good draw here for Jonathan could let him regain command of the game. So let's see what he gets.
So this is now a 16-point game, really close, and Joey picked up all constants after his nice set of letters he got for a few turns in a row. See what he does here. And didn't play the bingo, Joey would have been likelier to exchange for sure. But now he needs to think about more.
No, he's not exchanging with Jim in 2 spots here, but he's not.
That's fair.
He's going to play Jim for 30, either up to the S or under austere.
Could also do chef through the E and spearing because he has 2 spots for Jim.
I guess you could. At least it keeps the Y, which kind of ensures that you're scoring a few points now and then getting some later. But
well, the Y and the M are both good for foray or foram here.
That's true. Actually, that's an interesting point. Yeah. Okay. So Jonathan obviously did not get the draw he needed there. Quite the opposite. You got a disgusting mess out of the bag. But really, both players are kind of struggling through tough racks right now. So maybe one of the two of them will escape faster than the other.
We will definitely see.
Yeah, Chef
So,
is, I don't know, Chef is kind of intriguing as I think about it more, but I think I would still play Jim's, but I don't know I'm not sure which spot I would play it in.
I'm not sure. I mean, the issue is like all those tiles C, F, H, J. Most of the time, they don't. They're not so bad together. But in this case, on this board, there really aren't that many vowels to play through. Um, so I might lean towards Chef there, but Joey elected for Jim, taking more points. We'll sort of see how that sort of turns out.
Yeah, I mean, they seem mostly the same, so I guess I would take the extra point. It's not like playing up top makes, you know, credible bingo threats. The G is not particularly scary, but I guess if you're unsure, the extra point is a nice decider. Um, what the heck is Jonathan going to play here with out big with an I? This is really bad. Um, I
Pig out,
mean,
I guess, through the P and equips. It's not a ton of points, but
that's true. I mean,
it's rid of a lot of it.
unfortunately, it's not like the bag has much help to come. There's really not a great amount of bingo tiles. There's from Jonathan's perspective, there's all the stuff that Joey has. Maybe in actuality, the bag is a little bit better than Jonathan thinks, just because Joey has such bad letters. So that, for example, knowing what Joey has, there are 2 more E's, an R, an N, a D. There's actually decent bingo tiles in the bag. So maybe Jonathan's just got to do a play like pig out and hope for the best. I'm not really sure what you're likely to get. Maybe something like ibis up high to leave.
Avery just suggested that.
Oh, okay.
Ios
Yeah.
has also been
Oh,
suggested. I prefer ibis though because the U and the I go well together. The O and the U have a bit better synergy.
yeah,
But
that's
we'll
fair.
sort of see.
Um, yeah, it's just a tough spot. But the
It's a
score
very tough.
really, it's tough, but the score is such that any bingo will win for him pretty much, unless Joey gets a huge score on his next turn, which he very well could.
Right. If he does something like pig out, Hive is going to come down immediately below it for a ton of points.
Yeah, I don't think you could do pig out just for that reason that it's gonna hurt if he has the H and well, there's no S's, so I guess that's safer. Um, yeah, I guess link to the S and pray that you get something really precise and good out of the bag.
Interesting. Jonathan has bigs set up on his rack. Maybe he's considering bigs and he's thinking if I just draw the right tiles, right? OUTI, if he draws 3 consonants, could work.
Well, let me see here. 16 tiles unseen to Jonathan, and 6 are vowels, so there's a slight imbalance. Um, not huge, not so much that I would look to exploit it by playing this, but it's also, the leaves that you were going to get with ibis or obis were not great either. It's not like this is that much worse. So
And honestly, it puts
the B and
people don't realize is
the
those
B up
extra
there could
few
be good.
points. The B up there could be good, but also those extra few points often change your opponent's outlook thereafter, right? Being in this case, it's 26 versus I guess it's 3 less if you did ibis, but right, like 5 extra points could significantly opponent looks at a situation even if it doesn't always make sense. Often like just the pressure a few extra points puts on your opponent towards the end of the game, it could matter.
Very quickly, Joey plays jive, which seems fine. He does have Moxie, but I just wonder what is your upside after Moxie, because there are now 3 in the bag. So if you do play Moxie, it brings the score quite close to even, but I think you're going to have a hard time winning end games after Moxie. Um,
So
so you
Moxie,
might,
how much is that? That's going to be it's going to be 55, I think.
yeah, it
So that's going
definitely.
to be a 1 point lead for Jonathan. It might be worth trying that if there isn't much else. I mean, he could just fish off the X right now, but I don't think you're hitting any bingos really with that. So yeah, if
Yeah,
you
maybe he
kind of
has to
want
try.
to,
I just don't see what he can
I
do.
think I think Moxie
Um,
seems like as reasonable a chance
I mean,
gets here.
I just don't see where that's winning though, unfortunately. Um,
So what tiles are in the bag right now? I guess we should figure that out.
well, I mean, we can figure that out as an academic question. It looks like the tiles in the bag are
IN?
DIN. Yeah,
Yeah, so DIN, right? And so if he plays Moxie, he keeps UT. Didn't play Moxie. Maybe he just missed it. He decides to play Ox and XI instead.
that's interesting. That's a type of play that it would certainly look better if we were able to find some stuff that we think he could hit with it. I'm not sure there are. It's really important in those situations. Well, we should also mention he's in a bit of time pressure, so that prevents you from doing the type of analysis you'd like to do. Um, so common for me to just do shortcuts in pre-end games because I just don't have the time. But um, I think the row
Well,
13. I think the row 13 Moxie also empties the bag though, so that I'm not sure that would.
well, the thing about Moxie there, I mean, right, this is a one data point example, so we can't extrapolate just from this. But right, Moxie there, he would have had Pundit at least to go out off of the P and equips. I'm not sure if there's a second out spot, but
At least
but
that creates a tough situation. Yeah, I
yeah,
wonder.
it would have been tougher at least. It looks like United would have been blocked by Moxie off of the in-out drove, so that doesn't work. But yeah, at least he had at least one out there. Pressure on Joey.
I think Joey's
Basically.
surely, yeah, something like cheer through the should beat that. All right, so given that Jonathan actually did just play his X, what are the threats that Joey needs to be thinking about right now if he's looking? Actually, Jonathan just blocked his own unpitied, um, which is one of the few things that I can see through the P. That's like a bingo threat. Although, of course, he wouldn't have had that necessarily if he played something different. I don't really see a lot of things to be scared about if I'm Joey
Well,
here.
now jointed could be right because the X play did make the lead only a 20-point lead. So a high enough non bingo is now in play still.
That's true. Just even something like if Joey just plays FROE underneath Jim, that's going to score really well, such that I don't think jointed is going to outscore it.
Yeah, I
What's
think
Joey?
that seems right. But
What's Joey
I
thinking
mean,
of?
it
Hanging the
looks
F
like
out in space isn't that bad, I don't think so.
I think you're right. Although jointed is a lot of points. That's going to be it looks like that's 48 points.
Well, Fro is 37, so you're still
So
doing okay.
Fro would empty the bag also, so Jonathan would have one more play, right? So after Joey empties, if Joey doesn't have a spot to go out right away and Jonathan plays jointed, then Jonathan might have tempo there.
So clearly Joey just going for as blocky of a play as he can, which is completely reasonable. I don't actually see exactly what he's blocking, but then again, having been in situations like this often enough, why not just block? Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't play Chiro there instead of Re-Echo for way more points. So he's put himself in a little bit of pressure if he were to not have drawn an out, but he's easily going to go out somewhere, I'm sure. But yeah, a play in that spot where he just played, it blocks the P, it blocks any potential sevens that would play on top of austere, starting with a vowel, right? Like something with an ER, OR, if there were any words like that, which I don't think there are. So he should be home free now.
I think that's right. We'll sort of see if Jonathan figures out a plan of some sort. But yeah, it's looking pretty good for Joey. It could be that he was blocking minueted, MINUETED through the E not drove. I was thinking about
that's
there.
definitely that E is where you want to play. That must be a better reason to play there as opposed to Fro on the other side of the board. You don't want to lose to minueted. That makes sense.
So minueted might be the play that that Joey was worried about there. Yeah, actually, so for outs for Joey here, I'm actually not seeing them right away.
Oh,
are you, Will?
He can just play fine on top of austere with
Oh, right.
FE.
Yep, that's one. Yep.
And maybe he doesn't have any other ones. Let me see.
Of those racks that you think would go out in a lot of spots, but it looks like not. Oh, he has fines and shaken.
There you go.
He had two.
Makes
Okay.
sense. So I wonder if Jonathan just missed. So we just saw him play mood. So I wonder, yeah, it looks like he just didn't think of forum. Maybe if he did, we would have seen Moxie come down and make a bit of a different endgame position. But looks like that's the game. So Joey finishing with his customary 9 minutes on the clock. And Jonathan in a bit of time pressure. So okay, it looks like we got our ship up and running here. At least for me, I was struggling, but now it seems perfect. So hopefully we can be a little more in sync going forward.
Let's hope. Apologies for having my audio cut out for a bit of that, but we will hopefully be smooth sailing from here. So stick around and we will be back relatively soon.